Neil's like, I'm part chicken. Chicken, chicken, tick, ticks. Come on, tick, tick, ticks. Now that I let him out, I'm going to go in there and see if there's any eggs. Boy, we had a hard rain last night. Let me see. Oh, there's only one. Yeah, I definitely think I need to clean my coop. This is gross in here, and I usually do it once a year, and I think today's going to be the day. There's just feathers and poop and spider webs. I'm going to pressure wash this thing. They're not laying very good, and this coop stinks in here, so maybe that's the reason, so I'm going to clean my coop today. Today's the day. I'm going to get the pressure washer and just blast this whole thing in here. Let's go. Welcome to Becky's Homestead. Okay. What is all this? I need more hose. The hose doesn't reach. So I gotta get this one. This is a really nice little power washer, electric power washer. And I love this thing because it's not too big. I use it every year. You can power wash your cars with it and everything. But you gotta get this hose in here. And one of them's lefty, one of them's righty. It's so weird how they're opposites. It's kind of hard to get it on. I see this one might go this way. Yes, it does. Isn't that weird? This one goes left to tighten. I don't know if I have it on there, God. I don't know. I don't think I do. There we go. That's better. And if you don't get it a little bit tight, it'll leak. All right, so there's that. That's why the hose has to be really long, because it has to follow this little thing, the little body of it. And I'm going to go get the soap. This is the little soap part that sucks up the soap. This is the perfect size. You can just carry it around anywhere. It's strong enough to do a great job cleaning. So if you would like a little power washer like this for around your homestead or your house, I'll have a link below so you can get one. So how it works is you hook the hose to the little power washer machine, and then there's this long extension cord that you plug in. So, it's the cheap extension cord, and this needs a ground. It's like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do now. Oh, boy. Okay, let me see this one. Oh, no, this one's not going to work either. Let me just think. I need to plug in without a ground. Do you see that? And what they do is, wait, this might work because I can plug that one in it and then that one into this one. Oh, yeah, I think this might work. Let me go see. I think this one might work. Oh, maybe not. Because look, this no grounder one has little nubbins that block it. No, I do need an adapter. Darn it. I thought this would work. Okay. I got to go look for an adapter. See if I have one in there. I thought this would work, but no, it doesn't. Okay. I think I got it. Ta-da! It's a little weird looking little adapter thing. That has to, oh, no, it isn't going to work fine. That's the problem. This one is the problem. I can't plug anything in there. I want to bust it off. I want to cut that nubbin off right there. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is rake up these feathers. There's so many feathers. All my chickens just molted. So this isn't Chicken Town, this is Feather Town. But I'm going to use all this because I'm going to go put it in my my big compost for my garden in the spring. You want to make sure that your coop isn't like dirty, stinky, because chicken diseases spread through water, and everything just gets dirty and gross. I keep my water at the end of the run, so it's not even in the coop part, and that definitely helps on keeping the chickens healthier and not, you know, spreading diseases if one of them gets a little something. Because you gotta do what you can. You want to avoid problems, not solve problems. That's definitely easier. I love a sand floor in my coop. This is Florida, so I don't have cold winters. And the sand floor just has worked awesome over the years. It's just been so good. I really like a sand floor in my hen house. But now if I lived somewhere where it was really, really cold, I would put down wood chips so they could stay warm, and then I'd throw a bale of alfalfa on top of that in the winter. That would help them stay warm. Now I have to get my pitchfork. I can't even move these piles anymore. I think my pitchfork's down here. You park my trusty little garden cart over there. Whoops. I touched that. Did that hurt it? A little scrape. Well, I am trying to be careful. I'm putting this in my garden cart because I want to go put this in my garden. Goes into the garden cart and then into the garden. Seems like kind of gross stuff, but plants like it. This is the perfect example of how you need tools on a homestead just to do kind of little everyday routine jobs around the homestead. You know, if you're moving from an apartment dweller or condo or something like that, you might not realize all the different tools you'll need on your homestead. So, in a lot of my videos, I talk about how it's just such a good thing to go to flea markets and yard sales and start getting rakes and pitchforks and shovels and different tools that you're going to need on your homestead. So simplify a lot of the clutter in your house. You can sell it and then start buying tools that you're going to need on your homestead. That's one thing you can do if you can't move right away, but you can definitely start preparing right away by doing stuff like that. All right, so now I want to, I'm going to take my pitchfork and I'm just going to like smooth things out a little bit in here because those chickens dig it all, and I like to push it back up against the edges. They love to pick around the edges, which is a good thing because they get all the bugs. If there's any termites or anything considering eating my coop, the chickens won't let them. The reason I let my chickens free range now is because my gardens are going to all be in containers. That's what I've come to, and that's that. So in the meantime, I got this big old water trough out here, poked holes in the bottom so it will drain. So now I'm filling this up with like the method of lasagna gardening, where you just layer stuff in here. And also I'm dumping my house compost in here as well. So this is a load of horse manure I got out of the pasture, that layer. But under that, there's hay layer, there's bark, there's compost, there's all kinds of stuff. So now I'm doing this chicken hay, feathers, manure. This is gonna grow really good plants because it's so deep. The plants will be able to get really deep roots. And that's what they like. Okay, I want to get, oh wait, I see an acorn. I don't want that in there because I don't want to grow a tree. Okay, so I just got back. I had to go get one of these. Took the time, it was a pain, but better safe than sorry, especially when I'm doing electricity and water with that pressure washer. I need one with a ground. So anyway, I'll probably donate my other one to the Goodwill because I think that one's more for like Christmas tree lights or something like that. Patio lights. This one's safer. Of course, the one with the ground is more expensive. It's a problem. It's all twisted. Okay, wait, now I think I almost got it. One more knot. Is it an actual knot? Nope. I gotta untangle this thing. 100 feet is a lot of cord. And it's been curled up in a little Well, packaged for a long time. It's like the baby being born. It takes a minute to straighten all his little arms and legs out. The ta-da moment. If I can get it in. Ta-da! Okay, now we have to bring this little pressure washer thing closer and get the soap. But what I want to tell everybody is, you never turn the little pressure washer on until you turn the hose on. It's got to have pressure from the water. Then you turn the little machine on. Then you start doing it. It's a lot to keep organized. That's why, oh, now it's getting tangled on the stupid tire. I gotta go get some slack. Mario, everything's a pain in the butt. Now the hose is kinked. Okay. This is where the sense of humor comes into play, because everything's a big pain in the butt. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to do, is hold this hose too, so it doesn't pull on it too hard. I got to get over here. All right. I think we got it. This part is all tangled up now. This is the slack you need at the last step, because this is the wand. So you need plenty of room. Let me just see how this is. I have to get the wand back through all this mess here. There's a lot of wires and cords, so it is kind of a pain. But once you get it right, it goes good. Okay, now I'm ready to turn the hose on. I'm gonna put the soap, and you just stick that in there. And you can like tip the bottle a little. And just that's in there like that. Save the lid for next time. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. We have action. I'm gonna start by doing the roost. I want to show how good it works, even though it's just a little one. Look, it'll get the black off the wall. They love this, chickens love this coop, so I want to get it really clean for them. They spend a lot of time in here. In the summer, it's like their little summer cabana where it's shady. So since they love it so much, I like to get it nice and clean for them at least once a year. Because, you know, I like to keep my chickens happy. That way they lay lots of eggs for me. And I just love to give my farm fresh eggs to my friends. I don't know why, that makes me so happy. And when people are eating healthy, wholesome food, that makes me happy too. I think it's good for them. And they enjoy it so much. So I just love to give my farm fresh eggs to my friends. And family, of course. Of course, right? Family. So you can get in the hen house and stand up, because you could imagine how miserable of a job this would be if it was like just a 4-foot high hen house, you know, and the roof was low and I had to like crawl in here and try to pressure wash it. It would just be a miserable job. So very tall. It's really for me more than the chickens, although the chickens like it, but I like it more. It's very convenient. A lot of times you'll be like, oh, something looks so old and ugly. You're like, I need a new one. And it's like, no, you don't. You just have to clean it. Clean things up. You can repurpose a lot of things if you just like give a little soap and water and clean it up. It's amazing how good stuff looks. And how perfectly good it still is if you just give it a good cleaning. That's why I do it once a year at least, because then I can see what, you know, what repairs need to be made, and, you know, you can get a good look at stuff once you clean it all off. Takes a little bit of effort, but it takes less time than like building a new coop or a new door. So it's very worth it to give it a cleaning once a year. I think it's pretty good. I got it really, back there was like turning into black mold. I want to say how pressure washing is a part of maintenance. You got to maintain your stuff because it'll look lousy and you'll be like, oh, it's kind of old and lousy. And then you pressure wash it and you're like, oh, it looks fantastic. Just when it gets dirty, moldy, dusty, you know, fungus and different things start growing on it, you don't want that. That's why you have to power wash it once a year and keep it clean. The next step is putting the diatomaceous earth down all over the hen house on the floor. And I just want to show you the kind that I have used for 10 years or more. It works so good. I never have a problem with this exact kind. It's very consistent. And I want to point out that it's food grade, 100% fresh water diatomaceous earth. So just so you know, I have so many people asking questions. There are a lot of different kinds out there. And maybe the easiest way is just to buy off my link, which is down below, if you want to make sure you get the same kind I get. Like I said, there's a lot of different kinds for sale all over in the feed stores, different size bags and everything else. You all know how many animals I have. I have a lot of animals, and I usually buy one bag a year. And this is a 10 pounds. So 10-pound bag lasts my homestead for 1 year. This kind is a tiny bit more expensive than the cheap stuff, but like I said, this is very good quality, very effective. I've never, ever had a problem with it. So if you want to get this exact one, the link is down below. The reason you put diatomaceous earth in the hen house where the chickens spend a lot of time is because you'd want to make sure that you prevent any kind of mites from getting on your chickens. Chickens can get leg mites that get up under their scales of their legs and make their legs like poof out. And it's an ugly problem and it's a very painful problem for the chicken. So the diatomaceous earth will take care of that before they get up under those scales. After that, it's a different treatment. So to prevent that, like I always say, prevention is your best policy rather than treatment and trying to fix something. So, and also if your chickens might have lice, all these bugs and parasites are just in the world. They just live in the world with us. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a gross thing. It's just something that you need to treat and take care of to prevent it from getting on your chickens. So I just want to make sure you know that. It's not bad, it's not gross, but once you have a problem with it, it is a big pain in the butt to get rid of it. So what you do is you're going to sprinkle it on there so the whole floor looks white. And the chickens will scratch this in. If the chickens happen to find a cricket or whatever and it has diatomaceous earth on it and they eat it, it's fabulous because it'll worm them. So, you know, this uses wormers as well, and it works perfect. So that's what I do with the diatomaceous earth, and I probably do this once a year as well. A really good coat of diatomaceous earth on the floor. Now, you don't have to be perfect, you know, and you don't have to get every square inch, centimeter covered. Just make sure you get it down pretty even and quite a bit of it. Okay, that's as close as we'll get to snow in Florida. But just so you get an idea of how much I put down and what it looks like. And then the next day when you come in, you almost can't see it all because the chickens scratch it all into the sand. I just want to point out that one other time of year I will put diatomaceous in my run this time, not the coop. Is it the springtime? It's almost when those flies just start to hatch and come out and there's like tons of them. I'll sprinkle the whole run with the diatomaceous earth, and that really seems to help. I talk about all this and more in my chicken book, and if you want to get it, it's down below. Click the link.